All right, I wanted to share a little trick with you I've learned over the last couple years making hamburgers. I've never been really good at making hamburgers, and I like them when I make them at home. I hate spending $10 at a burger joint to get a good burger. But since we raised beef, I wanted to make sure I was really good at making hamburgers. So it's taken a little while to learn a few tricks. My wife and I were in Pigeon Forge, and we were at a restaurant, and we ordered a burger out on the porch, and it was just phenomenal, like all the way through. So I actually went to the kitchen and talked to a guy, and I had to really talk him into sharing his secret. And he says, honestly, it's just Montreal steak seasoning. So here's my theory. Oftentimes we pound out a hamburger and we put seasoning on the top, like Lowry's or Johnny's, or even, these good seasonings. But what I found with Montreal steak seasoning, which everybody has, everybody's used, we've used it on steaks, everything. But if you look at it, there's these big crystals that are salt in there, so it's like it seasons it through the whole burger. So I'm gonna show you how we do that. And you really can't miss. You can do a lot of different tips and tricks, but if you want really good hamburgers that everybody's gonna love and they taste good inside and out, defrost your hamburger. What I like to do is just get it nice and flat and pound it out so that you get the seasoning all over. And this is exactly what it looks like in the store, except when you steal it from your mother-in-law's house from a big Costco bottle, you have to write nicely Montreal steak seasoning on it. So I don't measure or anything, but you want a good amount inside that pound of hamburger. I'd call that good. And then you take your hands and you mix it all the way through and let it sit, pound out your patties, and make an awesome hamburger. You can go ahead on the top of it after you pound out the patties, put your normal stuff on top to give it a nice seasoning. But a good fat content in your hamburger meat, like a 20-80 or a 85-15 fat to meat ratio is awesome because it needs that fat to cook really well. I'll let you know how these turned out. This is not necessary. I just wanted to show the Montreal steak seasoning and how you can make a good burger. But since we're going to do a video and make an ultimate burger, I'm going to show you how to spice it up a little bit. But only if you want to. Good looking jalapeno with some olive oil. And take a little bit of the heat out of this by frying this. Fry a little bit on both sides. And I've noticed you can knock down the heat a little bit with just a little bit of garlic salt. Flair that's fun when doing hamburgers is Jackie's always loved the hatch green chilies put on the Whataburger. And so a lot of times she'll ask me to put green chilies on it. But I found if you're doing the jalapenos, puts a nice oil and spice in there, you can actually heat this up and just let it toast right there on the pan and use a spatula and kind of use this almost as a relish, and you put it on top of your cheese with the cheeseburger.
also a 100% money back guarantee that if you grill your burgers in Crocs, they will